What's going on, believers? Floki Vikings, you were being robbed by one of your own, but that's been fixed now. Saber took over as the sheriff of Nottingham, and here we are, up 30% on the day. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.
I can't wait till Friday. Everybody's getting sideways.
Okay, guys, Floki's trading at 46.40 right now. You can see right here under the new contract that moves are starting to come in. We're starting to go to the upside. But here's what happened. The transition to version 4 of Floki is necessary because, and it's called Nottingham for a reason. We had a thief amongst us, and it was someone who was very close to the dev team. And if you have been following Twitter, if you've been following socials for the last couple of days, you will know that the person's name rhymes with Rex Rock, and that they, through a mechanism at the beginning when the version 3 contract had been implemented, had been siphoning and taking from the Floki contract all of this time. Now, I am an outsider looking in. I just report what I see and what I hear. We're putting pieces together on it right now. A couple days ago, this person was banned. His name was blacklisted from the Floki chat. And as soon as that happened, there was a massive sell-off. So, it made perfect sense to know who it is and what's going on here. Now, the intricacies of it seem to be a little difficult to explain, but it was somehow or another, there was a mechanism in place by which he was able to use other wallets, contract-based most probably, and was slowly draining. When you look at sentiment on Floki, when you look at the positive momentum on Floki, you were seeing a token that was destined for the moon that continued to struggle with price points, and it would drop down, and you would see it start to move to the downside even when the momentum was positive, and nobody could figure out where the sales were coming from. Now, it's easy for you to know that in crypto there's always bear pressure, there's always bull pressure. You can see that, but once you started to pay attention to it, you found that it was the same wallets over and over again that were doing the same thing. And when you look at those wallets, you can't figure out where they got their Floki from. And that was an interesting thing, and that's what started the investigation from Saber, now known as the Sheriff of Nottingham. So Sheriff Saber then started to do some investigating with Lintern, and they figured out that one of their own had been taking from the pot. Now, we don't know the amount. We don't know the time frame or anything like that. Here's what we do know. What we do know is that version 4 is a locked contract. What we know is that that bug has been fixed, whatever it is. And what we know is that Floki is now headed to the moon. It is now a DAO. It is set up in the best possible way for the future, and it's up 30%, 38% on Hotbit overnight. And that is because there is no longer a drain. There's no longer this period where it just seems like a little something is getting, that this magical pressure is coming. So what does that mean to you? Well, let's talk about where Floki was just recently. Remember, yesterday, I made a video about Floki, and what I said at that time was that Floki was trading at around, and it's at 45.94 today, but it was trading at 27,000 as recently as 2 or 3 months ago. Now, that's a lot of things working together. One of them is Ethereum hitting a high, so there's some incentive there for when Ethereum starts to move up. So, don't expect this to go magically all the way up to 27,000. You're going to have to deal with some fallout. in this conversion, but every time Floki does a conversion, there is a massive upside to it. And if you're looking at the charts right now, you'll see that Floki is trending number 1. So where we are is Floki, we believe, is about to make a really big move to the upside and get back to where I think that it should be sitting, which is 700 to 1.2 billion in market cap. That's the one that makes sense. What doesn't make sense is to have a $393 million market cap. So now that this has been exposed, now that this has been handled, now that this has been taken care of, Floki is able to move on. And if you have noticed, which I noticed, but we were kind of unsure exactly how this was going to play out. But what we noticed was Floki had stopped promotional items about a month and a half ago. There was a campaign that was going to come out, and the campaign, they could not, they didn't want to continue at the moment. They put it on pause for a second. So obviously they knew something was up and they were working on it. And this was basically a mole hunt. It was a Mission Impossible mole hunt. So Sabre went Ethan Hunt on everything, figured out what was going on, and they've addressed the situation. They've taken care of it. They've moved to version 4 with the DAO, and now things are going to explode and rocket up like Floki should. Moving on. All right, Floki Vikings, you have a DAO coming in the next couple of days. You don't have to do anything. It's going to be airdropped to you. Second piece to that is they are asking you, if you would please transfer some of all of your old Floki back into the wallet that they will provide in Telegram or on Twitter, so that you can, so that what they're going to try to do is drain the liquidity out of the previous contract in order to put it into the new contract, because obviously that increases the value and makes it better for everybody involved. But we are doing a token for token swap. So whatever tokens you had previously, that's what you're going to have going into this new one. And the market cap, everything like that is bridged on the 2 for now until this thing gets drained. So make sure, if you can do that, if you're willing to pay, it's probably maybe $10 to send it in. Send it in so that they can drain the pool and move that over so that we've got a healthy liquidity pool in order to do trading. And remember, this is just the start of something grand. Everything has been fixed. You now have a decentralized autonomous organization where you are now in charge of the voting and the future of Floki. You've got Valhalla coming very soon. There are things in the pipeline that are coming very, very soon. And that even includes, beyond Valhalla, a nationwide advertising campaign that will now start in February. So guys, if you're looking to make a play, if you follow me and you're looking for the place where the big play is probably going to come, we're talking about it right now. Floki Vikings represent. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.